Good morning, afternoon, or evening, all depending on where you are at this particular moment in time. This is the WarHoundz podcast, episode number 4. I'd like to welcome my fellow host, clan leader and WarHoundz founder, Yeche.
Okay, hello everyone.
Oh, God, don't do that again. Our content manager and podcast instigator, Leadhead.
What's up, everybody?
One of our mini community managers, Tubbsy.
Is not in this podcast.
Is not here. That's right, he's not here. I completely forgot. Oh, well, so we'll screw that.
Taking his place, though, is Osiris.
Osiris,
Yeah,
welcome,
up,
Osiris. I'm so sorry. I wrote this out before I knew that. But anyway, our profoundly OCD achievement whore blades.
Oh, yeah. No.
Oh, yeah. And me, the old fart, what the flux. The WarHoundz is a gaming community founded by Yeche and started to find good people to play Gears of War 3. We have since expanded to several games and game types, but we're still primarily a Gears group. If you like what you hear and would like to join us, please visit www.warhoundz.net and sign up. We don't care how good or bad you play, but how well you play with others. Douchebaggery will not be tolerated. Much. Unless it's towards war...
Unless your
Never
name
mind.
is Zero Dystopia.
No more picking on Rev.
Yeah. With that, I'm passing it off to our content manager facilitator, Led. It's all yours, Led.
Yeah. Has anyone ever had muscle milk before, or has heard of it?
Oh, I've
Yes.
tried it.
Heard of it. Not
Yes.
Have you ever tried it?
No.
Yeah, it's nasty.
Yeah,
It's
it's so sweet. Like, every time I took a drink of it, I would just shake like crazy. Like, seriously. Like,
Muscle milk is for people like me who are stupid skinny who can't gain weight because of all the extra fat it has in it. That's what I used to use.
well, it has a lot of protein in it, which
Yeah.
protein will make you fat if you don't use it, like if you after a workout or anything. But
Use it
yeah,
like a
like
milkshake.
my parental picked it up for me, and I'm like,
Your
okay, well, I'm
parental.
going to the gym tomorrow, so I'll give it a try. And I picked the stuff out of the refrigerator, and it has like it tasted okay, but as the more I drank it, the more I'm like, I'm gonna have a freaking seizure from this stuff. But
What flavor did you get?
I got
chocolate in you.
I had vanilla and chocolate. And I had vanilla first because I'm white like that, I guess.
Good reason.
So
Yeah, it's great.
so I had that stuff, and I tried to water it down with ice cubes and just pour it. Oh, my God.
it's like
That probably
pouring
got
water
worse.
in your milk.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, because it was just so sweet. But anyway, that was my stupid thing I wanted to say for the beginning of this. I was gonna mention to you, but I'm like, no, I'll save this.
You know what would have been good? You should have mixed it with some coffee, maybe.
I do not drink any sort of coffee.
Oh,
Never will.
blasphemy.
Ooh.
Picturing Slim Fast.
Condemn Leadhead.
Yeah.
Heretic.
Ooh.
Heretic.
How the hell does that have to do with anything that we've... Anybody tried muscle milk? Where the hell?
Well, no, just because it was.
Because
Oh,
his
man.
parental bought it and it was on his
It's
mind. He
parental.
wanted to mention
Parental.
that he goes to the
God.
gym. Otherwise,
What's
his
that mean?
workouts are wasted.
His parents, Yeche.
Oh, parental.
How did
Parents.
you ever get this
yeah,
skill
I
off
know
the
you're
ground?
very-
Really? How did you ever start this? You can never even string two thoughts together.
That's because he's thinking about Guild Wars and Team Fortress 2.
Oh.
Team Fortress 2, probably. He's probably playing it right now.
Probably.
He probably is. Yet you have to put you on Steam probation
Yeah.
and Guild Wars probation, especially Guild Wars.
My 5th game ever.
Team Fortress. I've never seen actual gameplay, but it does look like a lot of fun. But I don't feel like showing
It's
up
awesome. It's awesome.
right now.
Yeah.
Osiris is going to be my team.
You know, on and off.
After this, we're all going to get on it and play it.
Team Fortress?
Yes.
Or Team Fortress 2?
Yeah.
All right, I
Round
got a
of
little
applause,
into this.
everybody.
Plus, we all could, conform with Yeche and play whatever he's playing. Does that really have?
Chat and get on team.
No, because
Yeah,
a lot
I'm
of us didn't go play League of Legends.
Yeah, I'm not
Good.
playing
No,
League
he
of
was on
Legends.
that thing religiously.
Yeche, you might as well play RuneScape if you're playing League of Legends.
What's wrong with League of Legends? I like
Or
League of
Dota.
That's the things, probably. I don't know.
League of Legends are awesome. Those are
I
awesome.
played the tutorial and then I was like, yeah, I don't really feel like doing this.
Yeah.
I tried playing it one time with Limited, and you were playing a bot match and getting our ass kicked, especially me. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just like, holy shit, I am really bad at this game. I haven't touched it since.
Trust me. When I first started playing against bots, I had to keep
me-
playing and playing. I'm sorry. There's a couple more words out of my
No,
mouth.
because I almost forgot something. I remember, real quick, last week we were talking about voice actors, right? And someone mentioned Eeyore, and then this came to my mind. It's this YouTube video here. I forgot to put it in last time because I know because Yeche was like, I gotta, go or whatever to play League of Shits. and I video.
Because you got a negative attitude.
I can't hear what you're doing.
Why are you always in such a...
You can tell we're all watching it.
Yeah, I'm not watching shit.
I have a nail in my
I have a
ass.
nail in my anus.
That's a bad mood.
And that's why the first time I saw that, it was just. Well, why are you such in a hum mood? I got a nail in my anus. Just so great.
That's
All right,
almost as good as
anyways.
the Thundercats.
Yeah. So that's what I wanted to start off. Well, not necessarily talk, but remind myself of the show because I wanted to do it last week, and Yetre got impatient because
I had smoked crack
Yeah.
afterwards.
Like always. All right. Well, the topics that I have for today, they're pretty basic, but I think they're very interesting topics because we all have very interesting backgrounds on why we like these particular characters. But basically, I want to start on what are our favorite antagonists, protagonists, and our overall favorite character in any video game we've played. So like your favorite bad guy, your favorite good guy, and just your favorite all-around character who you just like really can connect with and can relate yourself to, or you just think is an overall badass. I guess I'll start off. We'll start with like antagonist, and then we'll go around the horn, and then we'll go to the next one, and then go around the horn, and so on and so forth. So I guess I want to start off since Tubbsy's in here. I could say I'll start off with antagonist. Edgar Ross from Red Dead Redemption is probably like the biggest pretentious douchebag I've ever seen in a video game. Like he just represents like how much of a prick like a government agency can be. I mean like he just comes off this guy like, you know, you're gonna commit like this life of crime, or at least that's how others are gonna view you. He's gonna come to you one day and he's gonna say, well, you know what, you owe me a favor, and you have to go all around this territory of New Austin and Mexico and try and bring back these guys, and then he's gonna leave you alone and come back and decide you owe him another favor and just cause more trouble for you. Like the way they developed him in Red Dead Redemption, he's just the biggest douchebag in the game. And he definitely deserves like the one of the best villains, like best worst villains. Like he's just such an ass. Like overall, I just hate that guy. And that's really all I have for antagonists. As far as I mean, I can't really think of anyone worse than him off the top of my head. I mean, there's probably some RPG guys I can think of, but not at the moment. Anyways, I'll hand it off to Osiris since he's the new guy here.
All right, cool. Thank you. I actually have two. One of them being GLaDOS. I love GLaDOS. I'm sorry. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. The humor, the just how sadistic she is. It's great. Perfect antagonist. I love the writing behind her. And then my second one. First of all, have any of you played Final Fantasy VI?
Is it a single player game?
Yes. Yeah, Yeche's favorite games, single player.
No.
Okay, is anyone aware of Kefka from Final
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, he bothers me. He's like in the City of Final Fantasy where they actually give him a voiceover, and like I never played Final Fantasy 6, so that was like the only exposure I had to him. He just annoys me. Like he's smacking his butt at you, and he just does stupid shit. Anyways, go on.
I've not heard voice acting with him, so pretty much everything that I've gotten from is from the text-based game or text-based chat of Final Fantasy VI. So again, he's a pure evil clown. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
But in fairness, I've only gotten halfway through the game. I was playing it and I lost my save, and I've never gotten to that point again.
That always sucks with old technology, because then you have to start over because there's no the autosave didn't exist back then. So
Old
hard save.
technology, Gears of War rank reset. That's still around. That technology is...
I'm talking like in a single player RPG story-based setting where you have to like save.
You put in like 30 hours worth of time, and then it's just like all gone. It's like, oh.
Yeah. Now that you bring up Final Fantasy, Seymour Guado from Final Fantasy 7 was pretty bad too. I liked him a lot, but he was pretty flamboyant. Like as you encountered him a lot more, like he just got like so mentally sick.
I thought they developed him really well, though. I mean, that's obviously what their aim was in making him very, very sick. But
yeah, he was You know, he kind of reminds me a little bit of Thanos, where he's just kind of like obsessed with like death a little bit. Like he just wants to. Well, for Thanos is, if you saw the Avengers. Okay, fuck, don't shut up. Okay, all right. Then I guess we'll go on to since Flux is so eager to talk.
No, I've been told I've been talking too much, so I'm trying to keep myself under wraps.
All right, well,
I have to go with Osiris on this one. I wrote it down before we started talking about it, and yeah, GLaDOS is definitely up there, super crazy high on my list. I mean, just as evil but as funny as she was, and just total disregard for human life. It was. And just the funny way it was done. But I also have two, and GLaDOS being probably the number one, but to me, and this is not a specific game or a specific bad guy, just a bad thing in general, zombies. I just love zombie games, any kind of zombie game. You know, that's why I'm huge on Dead Island, huge on, that's why I bought Lollipop Chainsaw, just zombies. I love fucking
Have you
zombies.
played a made a game with zombies in it?
I have not. I need to get that
Yeah.
one. I keep meaning to pick
It's
that
like
up.
$1. You have to play that.
So, but yeah, I've always been a big zombie, back to Resident Evil, like we were talking about earlier before we started, zombies. And so,
Baldy's comment kind of reminds me of, what's that guy who sells that stuff to you in Plants vs. Zombies? I like him.
oh yeah, I just
or something.
Crazy Earl, I think, or something
crazy
like that.
something.
I think it's Crazy Earl. I could be wrong.
Hey, baby, what's the guy, crazy dude in Plants vs. Zombies?
You
The
remember
guy
his
who
name?
sells you all the stuff.
That's kind of his wife.
Crazy, because I'm crazy. She forgot.
I don't know.
Okay, well, I guess Crazy Earl is close enough. I don't know.
He's gonna be Crazy Earl from now on.
Yeah,
I
crazy.
don't care
Earl.
what his name is.
All right, I guess we'll go to. I want to see what Yeche has to say, considering he has no real single player experience on anything.
There is one. There's
His
one
bad
game.
guy's gonna be like butter or some shit like that.
So some Xbox Live player.
Yeah,
This is my
exactly.
favorite protagonist.
My protagonist, like butter.
Or antagonist, excuse me.
Antagonist. Bad
Antagonist.
guy you hate.
Well, my favorite single-player game was Gears of Ezio Creed 3 and Modern Warfare Edition.
God, Jesus.
And just the protagonist, the general that was killing the Na'vi, they called him the Sky People, and Ezio tried to stop him, and then Marcus found his daughter. And
You're mixing Assassin's Creed, Modern Warfare, and Avatar together. What kind of a...
And I was pretty sad when he found and shot his dog. I was really crying
Oh
there.
wow, that's
Heard something
great.
about Navi in there.
He shot his dog.
Hey,
Couldn't believe he did it.
This is what I think our subjects are going to have a hard time with, because Yeche just, I don't even know if he can even answer. He's relatively okay. Yeah, he had to mix through a movie and 2 other games together to come up with that answer.
But he did it seamlessly, though.
Well, he did it very.
It was very smooth. It was like you.
It was appreciated.
It
If
was.
I wasn't a gamer, I probably would have believed that.
And that's the sad thing.
And then I guess we'll go to Baldy then, since he's last in line.
Yeah, Baldy.
I'm going to continue on the Portal train that's been running around here. I'm going to go with Wheatley.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely love how just menacingly
Stupid.
extremely nice and backstabbing he is. And along with that, I'm going to hop over consoles and go for I didn't like Zeus. And got away.
Oh yeah, he's a prick too.
I just
That's PS3.
I don't know if anybody has played that.
Like
But
what? I'm sorry. I was talking to my wife.
It's PlayStation 2 and 3. Well, yeah.
well, Zeus was in the
Zeus was
third.
in 2, wasn't he?
Was it?
Yeah, he was in 2. Yeah, he was a boss in in 2.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because now I'm reminding. But just the whole thing with the sword for the Olympians, and he makes you put all your power into this thing, and then completely is like, yeah, fuck you. Now you got to start the game all over again. Was just the biggest hey, I'm the best, and then the total mindfuck at the end of Gears. Wow. Of God of War 2, I will not spoil that, but just...
Well, they're both GOW, just throwing that out there. It's okay.
Yeah.
That was an okay
God of
mistake.
War and Gears
I
of
do
War
that normally. But just the whole, like, complete 180 mind screw at the end of damn it.
I'm not editing that out.
Like, if you have no desire to play the games and you just want to watch the videos, I would say watch all the cutscenes from 2 leading into 3. Because that was just, like, awesome. And then everything about 3 was fantastic, and especially with how much you can beat the hell out of just everything. Like, even the little, the button sequence cinema things, there's one of them that literally, at the end, you just keep hitting circle button, and you can just pound the ever-living shit out of his face as long as you want to.
Yeah,
Like, the game does not end, like, until you stop hitting the button. So you can sit there for 20 minutes just hitting
take out your rage on him.
and he just
sure did that with Gears.
face into, like...
Yeah.
You would farm XP, well, you'd probably get to a point where it's like 1 XP per punch or whatever.
I would sit there for 3 hours.
Just make everybody leave.
Yeah, make everybody leave the game. There's a bunch
now
of
he's
bots
eating.
with just self-satisfaction.
Yeah, Yetu's always eating M&Ms. Didn't you know that?
Yeah.
How did you know I'm eating M&M's?
You're always eating M&Ms. You're always, all the time.
You might wanna check it on your
Ever since I first met you, you're like always nomming on M&Ms.
Nom.
He's got a teddy bear with a video camera in one of the eyes he mailed to you.
Baldy did mention something about, and this kind of annoyed me. My first experience with this was Metroid Prime, where they start you off in the beginning of the game. We have a couple of your powers, and then there's something happens during like the prologue or the beginning part of the game where you lose all your powers. You have to start from square one. That kind of, in Metroid Prime, that kind of annoyed me a little bit, and then I started to see that to occur in other games, like you mentioned. God of War 2 does that, and Darksiders even does that.
I think a few Castlevania games did that also.
Yeah, and the first Assassin's Creed does that to you too, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Was it the first one?
Ain't that the game with Samurai Jack?
I
I'll be
thought
back.
it was Brotherhood. Like after you come out of the little area from 2, you have all your stuff, and then it gets taken from you after you get,
I played a very minimal amount of time in 1 because it just didn't appeal to me, and then you have like a
you had to sit down and truck through and try to play.
That's what I did. I just sat down for hours. I'm like, it's the same thing over and over again, but I like the story. So
it was like, go pickpocket this person, and then run back to your little hub in that city, like the Assassin's Bureau, and then go run out and eavesdrop on this one, and then go back to your little bureau. And that's all it was. And then the climbing the buildings was as slow as possible. Like, I love that they added in the jump. And then
I like that hook from
Revelations. Yeah. Oh. When they added the hook, and then you could literally, like, scale the building as fast as possible.
Right.
But yeah, a lot of the games that tried to do, trilogies and whatnot, they always, if they gave you upgrades and power-ups that you work to get, they always somehow decided within the first 10 minutes of the game that you still had that, we're going to continue that, and you're just going to get it completely raped from you.
I understand it from like a story perspective. You got to have like a logical reason to be weak again. Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely annoying to play that.
Well, yeah,
Assassin's Creed would like to have a word with you.
Ridiculous with it, because they start you out.
You're powerful, kind of.
Yeah, you got the chain blades or whatever, and then it's like you go through and you end up as the God of War, so you're a god now. So of course they have to like smite you down and screw you somehow. And, Zeus does that with the blade. You put in all your powers so you can kill some Titan thing that's attacking you.
The Colossus
betrays you, so.
Rhodes. Wasn't that Rhodes, I think? Rhodes Colossus in God of War 2?
I believe so. It's been a long time since I played that.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and ask you, Flux. You said Assassin's Creed would like a word with you. Give me some context on that.
I don't think he's there right now.
Fleximal.
All right, well, Flux is absent right now, so hopefully
I'm back. I'm back. I'm sorry.
There
I'm sorry. I had to go get some coffee real quick. I figured you
Get
guys
some
were on a
iced
roll.
tea.
Dude.
All right, I was saying I want some context for that Assassin's Creed would like a word with you.
Oh, it's context is when you go from Assassin's Creed 2 to Brotherhood, how you're just this uber badass with all this great armor and crap, and then you go back into Assassin's Creed and you're back down to those 5 little fucking boxes again.
Well, but do you remember how it happened?
Well, he was hurt.
Right. That's what I mean. That's
They
when I said like the story.
stealing your power.
They have to justify it in the story.
Yeah, well, it was crap.
Did anybody notice, which I think was a little funny, little quirky thing, was how much money you had in the beginning of Assassin's Creed or Brotherhood?
Yeah, it was like 40, 50 some thousand florins.
I was trying to figure out if like it transferred from my Assassin's Creed 2
I did the same thing.
No, it gives everybody the same amount. It's the zombie genocidist achievement from Dead Rising. It's 53,794.
Although I've not played Dead Rising.
I never played Dead Rising. Why would I get the money?
You know, it seemed a lot more casual than the magazines and the box art made it out to be. I thought it was going to be like this, like really... What's the word I'm looking for? It was just a lot darker.
Extreme.
Yeah, a lot more extreme than it was, but you're in a shopping mall.
Adrenaline, testosterone.
Like,
There you
I was thinking
are,
it'd be like
in
a
a
really...
mall.
I don't know.
Really
I guess I was
just
expecting
like
something
kind of
a
like,
different
hey, I'm
visually
wandering
than-
Were
around.
you
Yeah,
Like,
like
gonna be able to
something
do
darker?
cannonballs into zombies.
Well, no, I was expecting something visually a little bit more
Pleasing.
aggressive than being in a shopping mall. I don't know. I
Well, come on,
never.
what?
Now watch Dawn of the Dead.
It fits
It
the
should have been
genre.
darker, is all it was. It should have been
Yeah.
much
Name
more
one
cinematic.
zombie movie where you don't end up in a mall at some point.
Not some guy jumping around going, hey, take pictures with a camera.
Well, Flex. It's kind of hard to avoid malls when you have a country full of them, all over the damn
True.
place.
True.
So.
Very true.
All right. Well then. Also, by the way, Osiris, I like how your picture's the moist outlet that I posted during the first podcast.
Yeah, I never did change that. Obviously.
That's okay.
It's
You
great.
can keep it every
You can keep it.
Every time I see it, I think you're like pissed off on the other end of that microphone. You're just like
Just an angry individual.
an angry owlet. All right. Well, then we'll just move right on down the ladder and our favorite protagonist. And like as usual, I'll start off. If you know me well, what you do, Asura from Asura's Wrath is probably one of the most outstanding protagonists I've seen in the game in a long time. He just has this. I mean, he doesn't really have. Well, he does have a very reasonable goal to do what he does, but he's not like some like dressed up, like knight in armor, or he's just some sort of like flamboyant nature boy. Like he's this guy who gets killed twice, gets his arms ripped off twice, so he has to fight with his head and legs, and he just really. Does like some of the most amazing things, for fictional things that I've like ever seen, and just the end game, which that'll be a topic for another day. What Capcom did with that little trick there, but the way that end game went out,
Bullshit extra DLC.
yeah, it was. If we have some time at the end, I'll rant on that a little bit. It actually tails into one of the other topics I posted with publishers and developers, but that'll be for another time. But yeah, I ended up getting that, and that end game, the ending of that game was actually okay, the initial one. But anyways, the true ending, the way that ended, it just is for a man who is pretty much a machine. He has quite a human persona to him, and I really liked him. Just he's at his best when he's fighting for what's right, and he just really does that well. Another one of my favorite protagonists is probably what's his name? Probably the character that you play in Saints Row 3. Of course.
Wow, he must really be your favorite, and you got his name forgotten and everything.
Well, not really. It's the protagonist in Saints Row 3
I can
is
see
you
you hold
essentially.
him really close to your heart.
Well, I was trying to. Shut up. Anyway, so the person that you play in Saints Row 3, I think, is really cool because as violent as that, and as you know, that game is just really over the top for an open world game. But anyways, I just like the way that your character interacts with your gang members and that. And I thought that was really endearing and cool, even though you were an asshole, but you were a kind and caring asshole for your characters for the most part. And that's about it for me as far as protagonists go that I can think up off the top of my head. And then I guess we'll go to Osiris again. We'll just go straight back to the line again.
What's protagonist mean? I forgot.
Main character.
Using a sentence, you will.
I won't say good guy. I'll just say main character.
Okay, well, it's good that you said it like that, Flux, because my favorite protagonist, and if no one's played Knights of the Old Republic, I'm going to spoil it for you. Darth Revan. Darth Revan, easily.
Oh,
Have
yeah.
you played?
Yeah. Yes, I played KOTOR.
Okay, awesome. So I'm sure you know exactly why, and he could be seen either as a protagonist or an antagonist based on how you play him. But yeah. I want to say the canon for those games is he went light side and ended up saving the Republic and doing all that. So he's technically a protagonist, and I don't know. He is just in general, one of the coolest Star Wars characters I know of. I don't even know how to explain it.
You admire him that much.
Well, the story was just the story was just so well written, regardless of which way you played the game.
Right.
So I've got to support him on this because he's right. Because I remember at the end, and you find out for those who haven't played it, and you find out that whole twist at the end, and it's just it's really cool. So I can definitely see where it's coming from.
Wait, is this game? Can I steal it? I mean, borrow it?
Yes, you can borrow it.
Oh, okay.
It's a single player game. There,
Watch out, Yetcha, you're gonna start soap up again.
To try that out. I like Star Wars.
Star Wars. It was a very good game. KOTOR 2 wasn't as good, but it was still enjoyable.
It's multiplayer, Yetcha.
One of the
I was farting around looking at Xbox 360 achievements.org. Go figure. And I typed in Star Wars to, start logging in some of the achievements I have. And I found it, comes up as Battlefront. I saw Battlefront 3.
What? No way.
What?
Battlefront 3?
I don't know if this is like...
Wait. This is I guarantee. I know what we're talking about. This is like the biggest, worst kept. Oh, who posted this stuff? Whatever. I'm not gonna even watch.
I did.
Okay. Anyways, Battlefront 3 was like, it's not gonna happen, or it has not happened. There was a leaked video. I guess they had like a press screening of some like actual in-game footage, which was really damn good. I mean, this game would have freaking like destroyed any other game that would came out that year, including Call of Duty, dare I say.
The video of the starships going from like the A-wings going from interstellar, like from planet to space.
Yes.
Like, yes, dude.
Yeah, and that has not seen the light of day for...
Yeah, everything I'm seeing says canceled.
Yeah, careful, Yetche. Don't choke on your M&Ms.
But there was a rumor years ago, Pandemic, the company that developed this Battlefront 2, and I don't know if they did the first one. I'm not entirely sure, but I know they did the second one. They had like this thing on the website. It was like Project X or something, like some sort of like, secret thing. And I don't know if it was Battlefront 3 or not, and I could really care less at this point because it's been so damn long and I haven't heard anything about it. But that's the thing.
Nuke them forever. It's going to, disappear for like 11 years and then finally come out and suck.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We all knew that game. We all knew that game was going to suck.
I think Battlefront 3, if it were to be developed, it would probably be a pretty ambitious and carefully taken care of project.
I would hope so.
All right, I guess we're going to go down to Flux then for his favorite good guy.
My favorite good guy, I had to think about this one for a while, but I just thought about the one that when at the end of the game or the end of whatever, the one that hit me the hardest or hit me the most emotionally and just really pulled me in is Commander Shepard.
Okay, I agree with that also. It was a close tie between Rev and Shepard for me. Because
at the end of, after playing Mass Effect 1 and then Mass Effect 2 and then Mass Effect 3, and I have to give a little bit of credit to BioWare for making the extended endings, because I didn't quite feel that emotion until they did that ending where they put his name up on that wall, and then I realized, I actually felt loss, because I've been playing, as Shepard for so long that having him up on that wall, the realization that he's gone kind of thing really hit me, and I just realized how much fun I had had over the last 6 years or so playing the Mass Effect series, so that would have to be, as of right now, probably my favorite protagonist, and just probably one of the characters I've had the most play time on any game outside of, probably even more so than Gears.
John Marston I'd missed one. John Marston is probably one of my favorites too. He actually, he's just the kind of guy who's, of course you're in the West, but he's the kind of guy that'll help you out. But if you betray him, he'll just shoot you without the second thought. And that's all I'm gonna say. Just John Marston was just a fantastic character, and I can't believe I forgot to mention him. Anyways, Yeche, do you have anything else?
No, I'm just gonna end this by saying I'm just glad nobody's mentioned Master Chief yet, because that'd just be really generic.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, and that's exactly why I said it.
Well, my favorite protagonist, because protagonist is supposed to be the good guy, was the engineer in Battlefront 2, the engineer class, because I like throwing jetpacks, and that worked out pretty good for me. I know I was killing people. And the antagonist to the engineer was the rocket whore, because you can't jetpack a rocket whore very good unless you're really good with the jetpacks. But the engineer did me good in Battlefront in those days.
My favorite hero in Battlefront was the AT-AT on Hoth. That was my favorite hero.
Chicken Walker.
Chicken Walker.
The one with four legs that. It's pretty hard to kill.
Have I done what?
I said I'm going to be honest with you. I thought you were going to, or I thought you were talking about the engineer from Team Fortress 2. I was going to ask. No.
No time.
Oink.
Baldy's favorite good guy in the Shining Armor.
It's gonna tie into the badass one automatically. So I'm gonna use a twofer, and I'm gonna go with Kratos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just because
he's a gypsy.
Yeah,
he's a Spartan.
Exactly. No. I don't know. He to me was like, I don't know. I got so wrapped up in that game that I don't know. I like Greek mythology and everything he went along, and just how awesome he was, and how big of a fuck you, the baddest fucker out here, and even to take on Greek gods, you have to be just ridiculously fucking awesome. I don't know. There's no other way to put it.
Got balls.
Yes.
But yeah,
and the game has boobies.
Boobies and balls.
The game has little sex mini games in it.
There you go.
Do all three games? I know the first.
Yes, all three of them do.
All three. Okay.
Yeah, because I don't remember which one it's from or whatever, but
let's take a quick. We'll go on.
You turn around at the start of one of the levels, and there's two girls in a hot tub.
Yeah, that was God of War.
Hands away, and you just hear them all moaning and stuff. It's just funny, because it's not only is their war going on, and he's trying to go and do all this stuff. He's got time to
to get some ass.
Take a dip and get some ass while he's at it.
Yeah, that was just.
Oh yeah, two girls at once.
I have to say that I only played the two God of War games, but I like the God of War 2 sex part a lot better than the first one. I like how I have a little statue that's peeing out of his penis there, and it's just as you're having sex, it's shaking and it's squirting out more water. I thought that was just funny. It just lays stick kind of in there in the corner. But yeah, I thought about the two. I'm there's a freaking giant colossus smashing the city, and I'm gonna fuck these women. Hell yeah!
I'm gonna get a piece of ass, and then I'm gonna go fuck this guy up.
Yeah. And then favorite overall video game character or characters, because I have these three. The first one being Virgil from Devil May Cry 3. I kind of feel a bit sad for him because he may not be. I don't think they're going to have a game ever again in the Devil May Cry universe where he's going to make an appearance. But I thought he was really. I wouldn't even consider him the main antagonist of that game, even though he is the final boss. But I thought at the end battle after you beat him, that even though he was kind of on this quest for power, and after he got defeated, that he still cared for his brother Dante and allowed him to escape back to the real world in exchange for him dying and then fighting the boss from the first game. He's just an overall badass. Like I like his fighting technique a lot, and his katana is probably my favorite weapon in any video game I've ever played. It's just a pretty badass weapon, and Virgil will always probably be on it. Asura kind of ties in there too. He's also one of my favorite characters. The other one is, the third one essentially is Alex Mercer from the first prototype, because the Alex Mercer from the second prototype is a freaking waste of a character, because they made him into a generic bad guy, for some stupid reason. I'll discuss that some other time, but in the first game, he just, he becomes this, he gets these really crazy, powers where he can morph his limbs into weapons like claws, or augment his muscles and become stronger.
Ooh, I bet the ladies love that.
Yeah.
Augment his arms and legs into muscles, muscly weapons.
Well, you can make himself stronger. You can also augment his dick into a whip.
Nice.
Dick whip.
No, well, I just put that in there because I knew Yeche would be like.
Dick whip.
But he can actually augment his arm into a whip you can attach. You can long range whip. But anyways, I thought the journey that, even though that game was pretty, it was an open world game. There wasn't a lot of story to it, but the journey of going through and butchering everyone involved in what happened at the company that Alex Mercer worked for, I thought was great. And also the way that Radical Entertainment introduced the way that you explore the narrative, which is through the web of intrigue, where you find these targets around Manhattan Island and you consume them, and then you gain a memory of what happened with 3 specific events, one of them being Elizabeth Green, Hope Idaho, and Alex Mercer. And I thought that was a really great way to explore Alex Mercer's background. I really resonated with him. He wasn't really even a bad guy. He just kind of wanted to. He was kind of like a Kratos character, but not to the point of his level. But he just kind of had his own goals, and he did them by any means necessary. And that's kind of my group of characters. Favorites: Virgil, Asura, and Alex Mercer from Prototype 1. And then Osiris, we'll hand that over to you.
Okay.
His favorite overall characters.
My favorite overall character also comes from Knights of the Old Republic, HK-47. That evil,
Yeah.
that evil, sadistic, hilarious robot.
Wait, why did I guess that?
I'm trying to pull up some quotes here, actually. Let me see.
Meatbag.
Yeah, meatbag, definitely. Oh, yeah, here you go. Observation. The meatbag designated skeet or something seems to exhibit a number of abnormalities. Shall I blast him for you, Master? Observation. Darth Animal is a very deranged meatbag. Observation. I am awesome. Query. Canadian meatbags. What's that all about?
Damn. I'm
This
Canadian. I hope you know that.
No, you're not. You're
Hey,
Puerto
hey.
Rican or whatever.
I'm American.
You're a lot of things.
You're an illegal alien. Get out of the country.
And then if you just want to go favorite character that I can't explain other than I love the games, gotta go Mega Man. Love Mega Man.
Ah, yeah.
A lot of people hate on Mega Man 6, but that was the first Mega Man game I ever played, and that has some of my favorite bosses in video game
Where's
history.
Mega Man?
Actually, a lot of people hated 7 a lot more than they hated 6.
Even worse than 6.
Yeah,
Did you play-
7 was like the ultimate pile of shit. Basically, it was the Modern Warfare 3 of the period.
Oh, come on. 7 was not that bad.
Man, I'd rather play Duck Hunter in the bathroom while taking a shower with the radio on the side.
By the way,
But
take a look at the Minecraft server. I like that Duck Hunt reference.
Wait, there's a Duck Hunt logo on the Minecraft server?
You might just have to look around.
did somebody just make a duck hunt in Minecraft server? That's awesome.
Duck? Yes, a duck.
Clickety click.
Yeah, I did want
No,
to.
I said a duck hunt. Like a duck hunt, like game thing.
Yes, Well,
If it's a chuckling dog, I'm in. I gotta go in there. Look at that.
Awesome. I want to build Mega Man on there too.
Oh, yeah, that'd be bad.
Just a bunch of 8-bit
Have him
Nintendo.
shoot lemons for his little beams. Like if you ever noticed in the older Mega Man games when he shoots his like little beams, they look like lemons. They really do.
I was
always
thinking
thought
more
that was
eggs.
Yeah,
Like, you know how Mario, when you had the whatever the fuck the little pink thing with the bow on its head that spit out giant eggs at you?
God, I hated Mario 2.
Birdo or whatever the fuck the thing is.
Pedro.
Well, Mario 2 wasn't even a Mario game. If you look at the history, it was another game that they just put Mario in.
Right.
Yeah,
That's why it was so bad.
straight up.
Well, yeah,
Word.
because you could play as Peach and all that.
Yeah, it was a complete made to be a completely different game, and then it got Mario.
Well, when they brought it to the States, they dubbed it a Mario game. Changed the
I
graphics
Just
a little
a
bit.
Duck Hunt logo.
Well, that's like you even go with the.
Oh, I see it.
What are they gonna go with? Oh, like Mega Man. It was what the hell was the name of it? Like Rocket Man. That was the actual like the Japanese name for.
Oh no, Rockman.
Rockman. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Rockman. It's not Mega Man.
I never really understood why why they would call him Rockman. He's not made of rocks. He's made of machine. Yeah, just made out of robot.
He's a
parts.
robot.
Yeah, I
Well,
was about to say
the game's
machine,
about
but
robots, but well, machine is a robot, but
yeah, essentially.
or
yeah.
machine can be a robot.
It's
Beautiful. All right, well then I guess we'll move on to Flux. Then, what is your favorite overall video game characters that you,
Favorite overall?
if you can
Is-
name some?
No, I actually have one, and he will never be topped in the history of video games ever. I just loved
Hey, the bird.
so
Angry Birds
Frank Fontaine,
from.
BioShock, the would you kinda guy.
You know, I want to say if that's all you're gonna say, I'm gonna say something about BioShock. I'm very deathly afraid of syringes. So
BioShock,
like,
while the game was kind of easy and there was like no real stuff, there was no real penalty if you died. The world itself was just beautiful. The whole thing, the whole Rapture thing, the game was just great all around, and just the whole would you kindly and the Frank Fontaine character who basically was controlling all of your actions and you didn't know it. Was just great storytelling, great bad guy, probably one of my favorites of all time.
And
But-
actually, Flux, may I interject? I do have one more favorite character that I forgot to mention.
yeah, go on.
good. Good.
It is Cave Johnson from Portal 2.
You son of a bitch.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, someone's continuing
Oh.
the portal thing. I have this. I have this.
Yes. Yeah, he's definitely up there too. Definitely up there.
Whoever thought it was okay to make Cave Johnson lemons. I love that. I never played it. I didn't get to play Portal 2. I want to one of these days, but I remember watching a video and he said that line. I just laughed so hard. I could replay it over and over
Well, they
again.
picked the perfect actor for him. The voice actor for that, they couldn't have picked a better guy.
I
Well,
agree. It was perfect.
That
Yeah.
entire game, just every little bit of the dialogue between GLaDOS, Wheatley, and Cave Johnson, like that whole section was just.
So the writing
Don't
is,
mind
is
me. I'm a potato.
Oh, you guys finished the companion cube.
Yeah, we got all 6 sides of it done.
Yeah.
Continue.
But anyway, that's it for me. If I had to pick
Yeah.
one character, that would be my character is Frank Fontaine.
Well, if you had more than one character like me and Osiris, so you can mention one.
I do, but nothing that really sticks out outside of Ezio.
But I did want to mention real quickly about BioShock when I first tried that game. Like when you take that elevator down and that bitch is like, banging on the outside of your elevator. or
Oh.
whatever, that scared
Yeah.
the crap out of me. Like that, I was really really scared. But what I did want to get at is that I'm really deathly afraid of syringes, which is why I hate going to the doctors to get that stuff. And so when you have like this big
Syringes
freaking
or needles?
like freaking pastry squeezer thing, you're sticking it in your freaking wrist, and that crossed the line. I couldn't play that game because if I had time to refill my whatever I used to use my biotics or my
Adam.
my Adam, I couldn't do that. It's just like this big thing. You go poof. I'm like, oh my god, that's a big ass syringe. And that's all I wanted to say about BioShock. Now, I can't wait to hear Yeche's favorite video game character.
Oh god.
This is gonna be like some.
It's gonna be himself.
My favorite video game character is the Nasher. Because the Nasher, I just travel. His character to me, it has so much personality. Because I don't really get attached to the single player characters. I just don't. When Dom shot his dog, I was like, okay, bro.
Oh man.
I mean, it's like, why you gotta shoot your dog, man?
Damn.
I did think though. I want to reject about Dom. I think that his little sacrifice in Gears 3, I cried a lot when that happened.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was screaming right there. I was playing with Sherbo. I was like, no, Dom, turn around.
I didn't want to believe what he was doing. And every time that Mad World track cries and everything's just exploding, I'm just like even Marcus, like his facial expression is just like I felt like that. Like, what the fuck just happened?
Well, I thought he was gonna be like, drive out of that bitch and ditch everyone and be like, YOLO.
By the way,
he didn't.
By the way, spoiler alert. Just anyway, you're wondering.
Don't say it.
That was a great spoiler.
Yeah, it's a spoiler. You might have people. There are some people who haven't played the game yet. I don't know who the hell they might be, but I don't know.
He drove off and ditched Marcus and Anya and Sam, and they all died, and Dom lived.
All right.
Because he was like, YOLO, I only live once. Fuck you, bitches.
And then his dog reminded him of Marcus, so then he had to put him down.
Yeah, and he shot his dog.
All right, well,
but he got a new one.
Anyway.
Yeah, and then Tony or Baldy's got.
How dare you use my actual name?
That's okay. I'm sorry.
Not like I care.
Flux, what was the spoiler? Johnson, as a spoiler, due to
spoiler. You guys are talking about the death of Dom and freaking Gears of War 3.
Like a late spoiler alert.
Late spoiler alert.
Dog died.
Okay, Gears of War has been out long enough that if you haven't played it or the story mode, you deserve to have it spoiled.
Well, that was the joke.
I'm actually going to touch on that after you...
I got it spoiled for me before I bought the game. I was pissed.
Yeah, my wife did too. She was very upset.
Actually, I saw, I was looking at videos, and then I saw just a ton of videos of everyone dying. So my thoughts when the game was going to come out was in sections. I saw a link, a video that said Barrett dies and that Cole dies. So I'm like, well, with everything with the headstone and it's saying brothers to the end, and it has Marcus's bandana and the goggles hanging off of it and Cole's helmet. I figured they were just going to end the series with, everybody going down in a blaze of, fire, and especially with them going back to their hometowns, that, they were just they're going to kill off the characters one by one. Slap it.
But Paul, did you have any favorite overall characters besides Cave Johnson in Portal 2? Or is that about it?
See, Mark, Gabe.
Best thing with I'm gonna go with the Cave Johnson, and on top of that, just Dom through the whole Gears series, because the whole looking for Maria, with at the same time not selling the fact that he was really broken up when he found her anyways, but.
if it was his daughter, I would have felt a little more sad.
Well, they were already dead, so that's why it was the only one.
If they didn't
member of his family,
set the script like that.
It's there.
Yeah.
His last, person he loves is, she could still be alive and just looking for her. It was already bad enough that his kids died, and that's why in 3 it was kind of they went back there, and he was so upset that Maria couldn't be, buried there, and where his children were both buried. So it was that was kind of a big, tug at you. And then the fact that he was just I'm just going to sacrifice everything so you guys can go on, was his big, homecoming. So.
Yep. Yeah, when you look at it like that, it makes. Of course, it is a very heartstring pulling moment in the story, and I think it was very well done despite losing Dom.
That tugged at me than Marcus and in 2, where the Raven falls down on Adam Phoenix or his dad.
Yeah.
Like, when that happened, I was just like, oh, well, that sucks, but your dad wasn't really around to begin with anyways, so...
Yeah.
Like...
You didn't hear anything from him until the end of Gears 2 if you stayed through the credits.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was the fuzz, and it was like...
Yeah.
This is
well, like, what have you done, you sunk Jacinto? Or whatever.
They should have let us, in Ram's Shadow, they should have let us use Jace with a baseball bat. Hit the Locust with a baseball bat.
That would have been awesome.
You would have basically been like the character in Saints Row with the giant dildo bat you get. You might as well have been that.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah, but
Running around with
what I did want to say is that I felt really bad for Marcus. I'm kind of rebounding off of what Baldy was saying about Dom.
Wait, I got one more.
Okay.
With the Cave Johnson part, the best thing he could have ever said was the tape recordings. He's like, which they told me I should stop making tape recorders. And he's like, which reminds me, I must make more recordings.
It's just, I gotta stop doing this, but I gotta do more of that, and I need this to do that and all that. But I did feel really bad for Marcus at the end of Gears 3 because, it just stuck so bad. Like when Adam Phoenix is standing there and he goes to, go to him, and then he just turns into dust right in front of him. Like he lost Dom with his whole sacrifice, and then his dad just turns to dust after he hasn't seen him in like all these years, and then he just disappears right in front of him like that. I was like, man, that fucking sucks. Like really bad. Like again, just with the whole expression on him, I really noticed this. Like he's just like they're on the ground holding his cog tags, and he's just like, "Wow, why is this happening to me?" And I really did feel bad for him. I thought it was really endearing.
Well, with that too, have you read any of the Gears books?
No, I did not. I want to though, and I'm gonna touch on books a little bit later too.
Yeah, I would definitely go with Asphalt Fields. Like, I finished reading that one, and it does explain a lot of how close Dom and Marcus actually are, and the whole thing about them losing Carlos, and how Marcus even was as a child growing up with his dad, and how distant and everything they are. Mm-hmm. Lad Boys just informed me I should not have mentioned the control group. They're telling me I ought to stop making these pre-recorded messages. That gave me an idea. Make more pre-recorded messages. I pay the bills here. I can talk about the control loop all damn day. Yeah.
Oh, man.
That was just fantastic.
Now, you know what? Now I have to go back and play that game again. Just because. I've already...
the Cave Johnson. Actually, what? I want to get it, and they have a wall-mounted poster thing. That is the Cave Johnson photo that you find, and it talks. Like, you hit the button, and it says his little quotes, and I'm like, oh my god, I would pay, like...
I bet you there's a soundboard on the Droid store or some shit where you can do Cave Johnson.
Oh, yeah, you probably, if you really go, like, in the darkest corner of the internet, you can probably find some. Yeah, so you need to stop doing that.
What? Just chatting up. The freaking chat.
Yeah. And I do want to mention something about spoiling Gears, and that I want to. Flux has something he wants to mention. Which did you look into it enough to?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it is yet, so I'll leave that. You can surprise us.
Well, this is my kind of back on that what the flux,
Yeah, what the flux moment.
What the flux were they thinking thing, and I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure everybody's heard about it, but apparently.
Oh, hang on.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to mention something real quick.
Okay.
I think I mentioned this to you actually, like when I first joined WarHoundz. The first forum post I ever made was on the Gears of War 3 forums, and I made a post because this bugged me throughout the entire journey through Gears of War 3. Who the hell is Mira? Like, even Baird mentions like if when you're going through like the Savage Locust camp, and you meet her for the first time, and like Baird's like asking, I don't remember the exact sentence that he says, but he's like asking like, she looks human. Like, what'd you do? Just like join the Locust Country Club or something? Like he realizes that she's human. She's a human, and she's with the Locust.
Well, I don't think she's human. I don't think she's human at all.
It's mentioned. Yeah. Like it's about to be talked about. Like, Marcus asks Adam as soon as he finds him, and he says, he's like, I got questions for you, and he's like, but I'll tell you later, and then he dies.
I banged my head against the wall when he said that. I'm like, you fucking prick. Like, whoever wrote that
still
part...
the StarCraft plot.
Yeah.
No, I think she's a, you know what, the name of the
hybrid
escapes me. No, I think she's, what were the freaking mindless freaking
Sirens.
things she chainsaw? Not sirens, the,
Wretches.
goddamn. No, the big one in Gears of War 2.
Oh.
Sires.
Sirens.
Sires. I think she
Sires,
is
that's
the
what I
only,
said.
she is the only successful human locust hybrid, and that's the reason why she's in control.
Yeah, I
she's,
think what they
has
wanted
the best
to
of
do-
both.
It's heavily rumored that she was taken as a little girl to New Hope and then, tested on, basically like you said, being the first successful mutation of a
Locust.
I'm trying to think of the word.
Yeah.
I
A
think
locust human hybrid.
Yeah.
Right, hybrid. Thank you.
I think the goal that they wanted to do with her was make her immune to this emotion sickness. I think that's what they really wanted to do.
That's probably something along those lines, yeah.
But anyways,
Full time, by the way.
what's that all about, Yeche?
I'm not even listening. I'm not even looking at chat anymore. Why? What did he
Yeah,
say this time?
it's one.
He set the timer
20
on it,
minutes.
but I'm
and
like,
50
okay.
that's not
But-
the whole time because we started.
Yeah, we started
5 minutes into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But on to the what the flux thing, because we could talk about that whole that thing about the locust all
But
day.
the mirror post
I think
was...
Adam got it on with a
Thank you.
locust.
Yeah. But my that was my post about who Mirror is. It caused a lot of it stirred the pot. People were getting upset because there's I didn't put like spoiler in brackets on the thread title. People got upset about it, blah 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 blah. Now that's all I wanted to say about that.
Actually, you know what? I think I remember that post, and I did not realize that was you.
Yeah, that was me.
He was one of the people that was screaming at
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, wow, Flux, what story?
All right. This is my what the flux were they thinking moment of the week. Yeah, and apparently you guys probably heard it was last week, July 19th. A Taiwanese teen dies after playing Diablo for 40 hours straight. He died. They still don't know why. At least the last check I've done.
Blood clot.
Malnutrition?
Probably. According to this, it goes
Back
Chung's
from
death
someone?
is speculated to be the result of a cardiovascular problem due to spending too much time sitting, or what they call deep vein thrombosis. I'm not sure if you guys ever heard of it.
Yes.
But what's funny is this happened in Taiwan, and there's another one related to this, sort of. They didn't mention the game, but in February of last year, a Chinese guy died after a 3-day session. So you're talking even longer. 3 days. He didn't eat. He didn't drink. He was just at this thing. He spent almost $1,500 at an internet cafe playing games.
Jesus Christ.
So that's that. And then I went and did a little more research on it, and I looked up, video game related deaths, and I found a couple here. And you got a Korean who was killed playing StarCraft. You have a person. I think, where was it at? Hold on. I can't remember the country. It doesn't say the country, but this Kui Cheng Wei lent a weapon, an online weapon, to a friend, and that person ran off with it, so he killed the guy over it. Another kid in EverQuest, this one's not, he killed himself over a character. Mm-hmm. Another person from I think this is China, jumped off a 24-story building when his parents deleted his World of Warcraft account.
YOLO.
Another kid, I think this is Vietnam.
Vietnam.
Yeah, a Vietnamese kid in 2007, 13 years old, murdered a woman to get money for his World of Warcraft subscription.
It's like saying swag.
Yeah. All I want to say is that of all the ones I've found, 70-some%, what the fuck is wrong with Asian people?
Oh, Flux, there's actually one more I read a while ago. It was mother and father just completely neglected their kid for like a week playing World of Warcraft.
Playing World of Warcraft.
It was in China or Korea or something.
There's something, but it's always, there are Americans and there are other countries and everything else, but a good majority of them come from Asian countries.
2 or 3 months ago, that was a kid played Halo for...
Shot his parents, right?
No. This one was he played Halo for I don't know, like 20 hours or something like that, but didn't move at all. Like just stayed there and ended up, blood clot, got a blood clot and died. And she came on the news and was all like, I'm trying to raise awareness for, these kids in video games and all this stuff, and
I'm trying to raise awareness for stupid parents that are letting their kids do that.
Stupid parents that let their kids sit there. I mean, my kids play a lot of video games. I won't lie. I got 3, and they love they love the things. My 8-year-old, my 5-year-old play Gears. They do. I mean, they love the game. They love playing it. So, so I let them. But there are limits, and we do limit them. If we're busy and we need to get stuff done and we need them out of our hair, okay, it's not the best parenting to use the video games as a babysitter, but
hey, it occupies them. That's something.
But sometimes you have to do stuff to get them out of your hair, and I can't. It would be incredibly hypocritical of me to not let them play, especially considering how big of a gamer I am. It's been part of my life for probably longer than some of you have been alive, so I'm not going to take that away from them. So it's true.
Shut up,
It's true.
I'm gonna have to do something about his little texting in that box there. It's
that's why
That's hilarious.
I turned the bleep off.
Yeah.
So,
but
anyway,
I do
that's all
want to
wanted
let you guys know that if you hear about a 20-year-old American dying from playing 48 hours of Darksiders 2, you guys have a pretty clear idea who that's going to be. Just like
no doubt.
We'll have a memorial for you here on the podcast.
Oh, yeah, thanks. I'll let you know how it goes the following week.
Your little character on the screen. I'll put little angel wings behind it. How about that?
No, you're gonna want to put 2 scythes behind it.
There you go. I'll draw you some scythe wings. How about that?
Yeah, then my parents will just come down and see me just freaking comatose with Darksiders 2 still on the screen.
Matter of fact, when that game comes out, the podcast graphic of you will have the death mask. Your guy will have the death mask on.
Well, you're gonna have to talk to Domo about doing that.
I'll do it. No, I'll do it.
Oh, I should have her do that. Like, I'll ask her. Well, she's doing a Virgil avatar for me right now. I'll have her just modify my current one, and I can have like a death mask on my face. That'd be kind of cool.
Sorry, my daughter's in here.
Lux can do the bomb diggity. He could draw it right on top.
Yeah, with like magic marker or something. But I did want to mention who here. I know. I forget who. Osiris, you got the Gears books, right? Or was that Baldy?
That's yeah. There you go, Tony.
Yeah, I was just wondering what you guys think about books tailing into games. Like, I just got the Darksiders Abomination Vault, which is like a prequel to the Darksiders 1 and 2 games that come out. I just wonder what you guys thought about that real briefly. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's anything bad, but does a book that is tied into a video game actually motivate you to read the book? That's actually the better question to ask. Yeah.
I honestly no. I mean, I have Asphalt Field sitting here borrowing it, and I haven't opened it yet.
Read it. It's good.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
I have trouble personally reading books that are tied into games. I mean, I've read quite a few like Star Wars extended universe books, but I mean those aren't directly correlated to games or anything of that nature. So I mean it's just based on what my interests are, really. I mean I should read it. Asphalt Fields I'm talking about at this point.
Yeah.
I just haven't sat down yet.
Oh, what about you, Yetch? I know how big of a Gears fan you are. Have you read the books, or have you decided?
I was about to say that if I see a book about a video game, that's going to encourage me not to read it.
How come that is?
Because I gotta just go play the game and shoot people instead of sitting here reading a book, using my imagination when I can, have it for reals.
The biggest thing that drew me to read the Gears books was the entire Mira question.
Yeah.
Because I really want to know where the fuck she came from.
She needs closure.
Yes.
Google.
It's bothering me.
Well, that's just it. According to Epic Story Arch. Yeah, Epic Story Arch have not confirmed or denied any of these rumors that anybody's put out. Yeah, at least from what I've read so far. They're still keeping it kind of open-ended.
Origin for her. She just is there. And with reading them, too, like, Asphalt Fields is big time on their involvement while they were in the COG, when the COG was still, a
legitimate force.
Yeah, it was, an actual military unit, and they even go through their diversion they're going to do to infiltrate asphalt fields, and what their objective is, and how much the government doesn't tell them. They say you're going to go here at this time, and they ask, well, what are we going there for? And that's a need to know basis. And it shows both sides of it, from the infantry soldiers to the upper chain of command, where it's Hoffman's up there talking, and it even shows you Anya's background. So, because she's not really explained much, she's just kind of there, and she's the voiceover, and that's it. It actually shows you Anya's mom, and how her mom was a lieutenant, and what she did and everything. So.
Oh, Flux, I did mention to you that Carolyn Seymour voiced Mira, right? Because you asked that last podcast?
Yes,
okay,
yes.
And she also voices that doctor in Mass Effect 3.
Dr. Chakwa, yeah. I, every time I hear Mira playing Gears of War, I just picture her in the N7 outfit.
All right, well, that book question was just, it wasn't even part of what I had in mind, but
hey,
we brought it
cool.
up, and I had the Abomination fall in front of me. I figured I'd ask. Yeah, I actually want to read this book a lot. I am a little bit pissed, because you were able to get a pre-order in-game item for Darksiders 2, and I didn't get it, so now I have to contact Microsoft about it, and because I want my goddamn buckler, so I got to call them about it. So, do you want to keep on going, or do you want to
wrap it up?
No, we gotta wrap this thing up.
Wrap it and slap it.
Yeah.
You better wrap that gavel up.
Wrap it up, B, young blood.
Yechi, are you gonna put this one up this time? Maybe.
No, I'm gonna create the file and put it up for.
Are you gonna put it on the WH channel for us?
I'll give it to Tubbsy. I'll do the files. I'll give them to Tubbsy.
I'm gonna get the wrap it up music.
Yeah.
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 Just when something goes over an hour, as much as I love talking and listening to everyone, my attention span when I sit and try to edit an hour or two long video, it
just goes to crap.
Yeah, it goes to crap, and then I end up, and I'm like,
All right, well, we'll keep that in mind. We'll have a timer, and I'll try and keep it under an hour and 10 minutes or however.
Hell, even if it was 40 minutes, dude, I'd be like, game, let's do it. Let's do it.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
All right,
well, this has been WarHoundz Podcast, episode number 4, I believe, and this is Leadhead. I hope you enjoyed listening to our conversations, and I hope you'll tune in for the next episode.
You better.